Yo, what's good, everybody? What's happening? My name is Sumit Chatterjee, flow state alchemist, flow state catalyst, flow state specialist, whatever you want to call me. It's day 3 of Multidimensional March, and today we're talking about the whole idea of multidimensional itself, which is why reality is malleable, reality is plastic, reality is Play-Doh, reality is something that you can shift into, reality is negotiable, reality is something where you need communication and intelligence and value, okay? These 3 things you need. Also, you want to understand how you change how you sound. For instance, I have an American accent, right? And I'm Indian. How come I can adopt an American accent? First of all, I grew up in international schools most of my life, okay? And hearing other people speak, I could then imitate how I would speak myself, right? From others. So I would observe others and what they have to say, and then I would put that into speech. You see, a lot of people, when they speak, their mouth movements are in the same register, the same voice as their original language. So let's say Bengali, right? If you have an Indian accent, that means you're speaking English with the mouth movements of another language. When you can practice reading a chapter of a book and slowing down and enunciating the words, okay? When you can slow it down and enunciate the words, then you can start to really create some impact with this. And slowly, over time, you try this for a week and see the difference with how you speak. You can hire a vocal coach and things like this. But let me tell you, this tip by itself, if you go ahead and start practicing, it will make you sound different. Okay? A lot of people say, oh, your English is so good or all this stuff. I have a training in acting, okay? I have a training in acting and I have a training in psychology. That's a deadly lethal weapon, okay? That's a combo. Also, I'm wearing a little earring like this just to give myself a shame attacking exercise today as I go across and interact with the world, okay? And I'm starting to understand the power of having things be more simple. Not easy, remember, but simple. Simplify, simplify, simplify. So, how do you be more multidimensional? You got to understand, inspiration has a sound to it. Authenticity has a sound to it. Okay, it's all about the sound. You watch, all the villains in Disney movies. They have a very particular sound to the way that their voice is, right? But then there's also another type of sound that you can create. Like, let's say when we have babies, right? Not when we have babies, right? I've never had a baby, not that I know of. But you have this baby voice that you do, right? Right? This kind of baby voice. This is what is known as a vocal archetype. You know, when you're with your when you're with your boys, right? When you're with your boys, you sound very different. You're like, yo, bro, come on now. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay. You have a very specific cadence, tone, pitch, and a freedom with which you speak. Then when your girl calls, right, you're like, hey, babe, I can't really talk right now. I'm in a meeting or whatever, right? You're faking it, man. And again, it's not, see, my book, TPM, you can get it in the link in the description, tells you to fake it till you make it. And I've looked at the science of faking it till you make it. I don't like the word fake, man. I think that this is all a hologram. This reality is all artificial anyway. So we have to use it in an effective, considerate, intelligent, and honest way. That's it, okay? That's it. You just have to understand how to use this skill set. It's not fake it till you make it. It's act it till you become it. It's act it till you fact it, okay? Go ahead, brother. So once you understand that it's not about being fake, man. If I want to be different, right? If I want to change myself, I want to try something new out, it's going to be awkward. It's going to feel unfamiliar to me, right? I'm just going to go through this little hole up here. Sounds lit. Okay. I'm just going to change the perception, because perception creates reality, right? And so when you speak with musicality, you understand that inspiration has a sound to it. What about inspirational music? inspirational music has a cadence, a tone to it, a melody, right? So inspiration is all about the hidden melody, the invisible musicality that you can't see. Boring ass people speak in monotone. Okay, they speak like this, they speak in one way, but also their bodies are one way. You get it? There's no dents and bumps and scratches and things that when you put yourself through a physical task, right? When you work on your physical body, your voice changes. So a very simple rule for something you can tweak right now, okay, is that you can start to understand how you communicate with you, okay? Because if you change how you look, you will change how you talk. Therefore, you will change how you feel, okay? The words that you use right now, there's very specific words that you're using that are causing you to feel a very specific way. And then you're going to look a very specific way. Like today, I'm feeling really good. I look damn sexy, I look damn handsome. I mean, look at me, right? That's the confidence hack, that's the confidence secret, is when you can understand, how can I look different, feel different, sound different? So I can sound different simply by raising my volume. If I say the same thing like this, it's not going to register. You get it? People are going to ignore it. They're going to try to brush it out of their subconscious. Okay? The volume sticks. The volume is a highlighter. Okay? So with volume, you can zoom in on a very important thing that you're saying to yourself. Okay? I had like a vine on my leg. So remember Vine back in the day, man? Man, I used to have a Vine account. That was really embarrassing, actually, some of the Vine videos that I had. It's a really nice sunny day out, you know. It's nice being out here. I'm going to actually put on my sunglasses because it's quite hot. And speak to you guys about, you know, reality is this malleable thing. Reality is this hologram, this simulation. So how you're feeling and how you're thinking is your electromagnetism. That is your aura. That is what you're putting out there. Okay, so if you're feeling really good, other people are going to feel good around you. If you're feeling really bad, very low in your own self-esteem, in your own body, in your expressiveness, okay, in your expressiveness. I work with a lot of like corporates and people in high, you know, walks of life, like in the rungs of the ladder, of the hierarchy, social hierarchy, right? But even they lack the humanism. What do I mean by that? Like, I'm a humanistic coach, right? That's how I've been trained, and I'm going to go into being ICF accredited and so forth. But I understand that corporates have this vocal archetype. Hey there, sir. How's it going? It's like this sing-song melody, right? And a sing-song melody would be the opposite of an inspirational melody. It's like you think of this person that is speaking right now, and they're like a robot, bro. How do I know if this is a person or this is AI talking to me right now? Okay? How do I know if this is a genuine person on the other side or I'm talking to a human being? You get what I mean? So the professionalism sometimes takes away from the humanism. And this is the kind of mentality that you really want to foster and administer, okay? Because people are busy, right? Everybody's got shit to do. Everybody's on their process, doing things. But it's all about understanding that, what do you stand for? What do you want your life to be about? It's not what, I'm not concerned about that, like what other, of course, you gotta be somewhat concerned about what the marketplace is doing, what other people are doing. But again, once you're living in your own reality, you're not really concerned about that stuff, man. That stuff is like secondary. You know what I mean? That stuff is secondary to how awesome you can be right now, accessing the present moment, right? Going throughout the day and being a trailblazer, understanding that I don't need to be a perfect human being right now. I just need to be my expression, right? The expression of my soul character. So this is what you need to be multidimensional. You got to understand that it's not fake, it's just unfamiliar. When you start off doing something new, you're gonna be in the struggle phase of the flow cycle. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with what I just said, look up Herbert Benson, okay, the breakthrough principle. This is where we discover something called the flow cycle. And I'm going over these concepts. Some of you guys who are on this channel already know of these certain concepts, but I'm just going through these very strategic core concepts. And these core concepts come from my core values, right? So this is something you also want to look for, is how can I generate core values that I will take with me throughout my life, okay? Things that really resonate with myself as a brand, myself as a human being, that I want to put out there. I'll give you one example, a positive perspective, okay? That's one of my values. Having an optimistic and positive perspective that gets me the most out of life. Not in a weird, diluted way that keeps me stuck, but in a way where I can see greater possibilities and actually embody the abundance mindset. You get what I'm saying? But that came from me. That came from me dangling an internal carrot. Okay, that's a weird analogy, right? But you got to understand, like, if somebody else is, we're using this analogy for right now, okay? The whole donkey with the carrot, right? Mule with the carrot. If somebody else, and I'm not saying you're an ass, you know, but go with this metaphor with me. And metaphors are great, by the way. Metaphors, analogies, these things that I use that come up, it's there to, again, simplify. And for certain people who are more left brain learners or right brain learners, they will interact with my words very differently. And again, I'm slowing my pace down because I really want you to digest this information. Really sit with this and pause with this, because this is not easy to learn in one day. But I'm wrapping up, you know, what I learned in like 10 years in just like one day, right? And so once you can really understand that your values are your values, they come from your core experiences, things that have shifted you, your personality. Go ahead, brother. Your personality is your survival strategy, okay? Like the person you are is your survival strategy for right now, okay? And that can change over time. What's up, dude?
Newton Business Club ta kon dito?
Wait, straight jaw? Or just left?
Left. Thank you.
Thank you. So, you got to understand, man, if you are being more connected to your values, that's gonna come across in your beingness. Without a doubt. It's just a factoid, right? But then there are other values that people want to dangle a carrot in front of you, right? People want to dangle a carrot in front of you and say, do this for this, and that is my value that I'm projecting onto you. Bro, I'm not gonna do that, okay? I'm not gonna do it for a random thing that your value is. I'm gonna do it for my value. And this is how I construct my life, by making reality more negotiable. When something's not going my way, you'll notice you get very sad. And when you're more sad, you have worse luck. I'm telling you, when you're feeling very low, when you're feeling not good enough, your luck is not there. Your luck is going to be there when you're feeling very high vibrational, when you're feeling really good in your body. So what is this called? This is called non-dual awareness, okay? So Advaita Vedanta talks about this idea that there is a single oneness, the interconnectedness that connects us all, right? Advaita, meaning non-dual, okay? So once you understand that, hey, listen, this is a non-dual experience. Everything is connected, everything is one. Therefore, everything is also simultaneously possible. Okay, I can access different realms. I can go to Mars and back in my own imagination. I can do all of that. Imagination is connected with the subconscious, which is connected to the superconscious, or the collective unconscious too. So I've got to understand that every single expression that I have within me is coming across and manifesting in my reality. So if I'm feeling out of it, I'm not feeling good, I'm kind of like, you know, this weird brain fogginess, right? Like most people are, you know, honestly, most people are in that state. Not everybody's like, you know, feeling really groovy every day, man. Like, you know, I'm just feeling good. No, nobody's like that all the time, man. We all have moments where we need to self-reflect and we need to ponder and pause and just grow. You know, just freaking straight up grow. And once you can understand that you can change your values based on your experiences. And your values might have been given to you by a teacher in like 3rd grade, and maybe that's not serving you anymore. And you're stuck in a 10-year job and you're not liking it. And it's from that job that you got right now, maybe is reflecting a value that you had 10 years ago. Okay? Listen to this back. Listen to this video back. I want you to watch these videos and let it permeate in your subconscious so you can really start to understand this. There is a value of yours that might have been a parent's value, might have been a teacher's value, might have been a mentor's value who's not your mentor anymore, okay? That you're still holding on to in your subconscious mind, which is gonna come through in your real life experience, okay? Not saying that the imagination isn't a real life experience, because that feels real too, right? When we're dreaming, we don't know that it feels real, but this is all a dream, okay? This is all Vishnu's dream. This is all just this hologram thing, right? And everybody understands that somewhat. We somewhat understand that, but to get a visceral experience of that is very, very different, okay? Everybody's living second-hand lives, you get what I mean? Like these vicarious lives through other people. They're watching the cool guy on the, on the movie screen, doing it big, having the confidence, doing it, going ahead, slaying and crushing life. Then when we want to do it, we go, wait a second, man, no, I don't think I want to do that, no, And that's the thing, we all have predictable patterns. We have these predictable patterns that we latch onto and we hold on to because they're familiar, okay? They're familiar, they're comfortable, right? And once you understand that this reality is actually like a game, like a video game. You have attributes, you have a character, which is your avatar. You can interact with the other characters in this multiplayer MMORPG game, right? I'm seeing right in front of me. There are level ups, there are walkthroughs, there are cheat codes on this video game of life. Okay, let's say you get a promotion randomly. You just leveled up, man. But guess what? What if that promotion was not in your destiny? That your boss is just dangling, a gem in front of you and saying, do this. I mean, it's gonna destroy your soul, but do this, right? Like, I don't think that's a strategy for you. You get what I mean? I don't think that's a legit strategy for you, man. I think that's a very bogus strategy. So we have to be strategic about this. It's not only mindset, and it's not only technique. You see, the mindset comes from what you focus on. That's it. People who are not feeling good are not focusing on things that feel good. It's as simple as that, man. Energy goes where ascension flows. You've heard it. What does that mean? Okay? The student will appear when the master is ready. When the student is ready, the master will appear. Okay? When the student is ready, the master will appear, said Bruce Lee. What did he mean by that? It means when the student gets to a point where he has gone through this journey and he has that clarity. You see, I think why people struggle in life is they don't have clarity. They're confused. They're unsure of what to do next. They're following the predictable programming path. And so, when you can pause, when you can be a little bit, not suspicious, but question things, okay? Start questioning your reality. Start questioning where you're living. Start questioning what you're doing. Not in a way to create self-doubt, bro, okay? Not in a way to create more self-consciousness, bro, okay? Why are you self-conscious? Because you're thinking it's just about me. This is my life, this is my experience, and so I'm gonna do it all my way. And you're ignoring everybody else. You're creating a flow state bubble rather than a flow state aura that can permeate out and hit others with your energy. You get that? You're creating a bubble around your experience. Just to feel safe, just to feel non-threatening, just to be a people pleaser. Fuck all of that, bro. Okay? You want to be a walking pioneer, a godlike semblance of a man or a woman, walking this planet with ease and certainty, not with confusion, not with running 400 tabs in the background, confusing and convoluting your mind with what already exists. No, it's creating that peace, that inner peace, that fortitude, that feeling of like, hey, I've got this, man. Every single day I'm getting better. Every single day I'm improving. Every single day I feel like I'm evolving. That's what the character does in this video game. You gotta notice that, okay? This is what the character does in this particular video game of life. And once you can really realize that, you can start living that. And then reality becomes this malleable thing for you, okay? It doesn't become this superficial, like, expression of just like talking and gossiping about others and what is Sally doing this Saturday? Oh yeah, she has such a cool life. Oh, let's check it out. Oh, let's see what her friends are doing. You gotta have that main character energy, bro. You gotta have a boss-like essence. Straight up. Boss-like. You get what I mean? Like you are the authority of your own life, bro. Just like that. And I'm serious too, right? Right? That's what I'm saying. You gotta have that boss-like essence. You gotta show up and know that you run this thing. You run this simulation, not for others, for you, but also for others. That's the paradox. If you only do it for you, you're gonna get screwed in very, in your head about things, very self-conscious. But if you do it completely for others, and you're taking away from something that is very essential and a part of you. You know what I mean? So there's gotta be the sweet spot where you're doing it for you and you're doing it for others. And I don't think a lot of people can create this harmony where they can speak in different voices or do things in a different way. When you change your pitch around, why is a song stuck in your head more? Why is your song, a random song that got stuck in your head, that you remember from 4th grade, why is that song so easy to remember? And a book is difficult to remember, the information in that book. Because the music, because the sound, it has a quality that you want to remember. And again, it comes back to what? Musicality, multidimensionality, melody. There is this invisible feeling, enthusiasm of passion. This is the number one thing that you can do to get a competitive advantage, is to feel passionate and more obsessed about that thing that you're doing. So if you're a singer, man, you're singing all the time. If you're a writer, quote unquote, right? If you're a writer and that is your profession, you're writing all the time. You're writing all the time. You're even writing in your mind as you're living. You get what I mean? You're seeing through the lens of your craft. And that makes it very, very unique, actually, when you can see through the lens of your craft. Because as a writer, man, again, I am a writer, I'm a published author, okay? But again, my life isn't just confined to me writing. I'm a little bit of a renaissance man, you know what I mean? Like, I do a lot of things, and it's cool, and it's creativity. But again, thematically, my life is about flow state. So it helps me become a transcendental player on this game, as I was saying yesterday, okay? So today, what's up, bro? Today, I really want to emphasize this, that to be this kind of main character, to have this sense of, okay, mastery, you got to be obsessed with that thing way more than anybody, man. Obsessed. Completely obsessed, spending hours and nights just thinking about this thing. That's what geniuses do. That's what trailblazers do. That's what legends do, man. Okay? This is the experience. A lot of the times people don't have this particular experience. They get confused, okay? They get scared. They get feeling like they're not good enough, or they feel like they're being too rational or irrational in their choices. Listen, all I'm saying is if you're a writer, you're gonna pick up like a little napkin in a restaurant, right? You're gonna pick up a little napkin in a restaurant and you're gonna write at the little corner of the napkin, or a little brochure. You're gonna write your ideas down. If you're a writer, you're just gonna write, man. And hey, that could come across in many different ways. Maybe it comes across as some kind of like vandalism, like graffiti, right, for you. But maybe there's a better way of you for expressing that art or expressing that craft. You get what I mean? And it's just not coming across in the right translation, in the right way. So once it gets translated through a pure channel, it's perfect. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just getting out of my way so I can speak this wisdom that's permeating in the back of my mind. It's as simple as that. It's me taking the pressure off. You've got to have in your mind this theme. And you can look at this in seduction or game if you want, because it's a concept that comes from there. But you've got to understand how to treat yourself like a sports car. You get it? Like a really fast sports car that can defeat any other car on the road. Okay? And to do that, you need to change up the tires, right? You need to take it for a car wash. You look after it. So what do? You have self-care, bro. You look after yourself like a Lambo. That's it. That's how you're gonna start winning again. Is starting the care, the compassion, the tenderness when you fuck up and mess up in life. Where you go, bro, it's not that bad. You've got this, right? Like just speaking to yourself like a parent. But again, going back to this theme, right? The theme is this idea of push and pull, okay? Pressure on, pressure off. When there's too much pressure on, you're gonna mess up. When there's too much pressure off, you're gonna fall asleep, okay? You're just gonna be lazy. It's just, you know, there's no energy. So energy is the greatest fuel. Human energy where you can do things, okay? Human energy where you can get things done, where you can go through a list of things to do and not even have to tick them anymore. You've done them so many times that they're internalized. So when you learn something new, you're gonna feel unfamiliar, you're gonna feel resistance and hesitation towards that thing, but you keep improving what? Improving the skill set. If you're at your work right now and you're not enjoying it, maybe you're not skilled enough at that task. What if you were the best in the company? What if you were the best in your field? You gotta start thinking like this. Why? Because people don't think like this, bro. Only the successful individuals and the trailblazers of the world, the planet, the 1%, whatever you want to call this thing, right? This is an elite skill set. And once you can really understand that reality is this malleable thing, I can make my reality how I want, based on the way that I think and I feel. Seriously. Not everybody will agree with your reality, and you don't have to. See, here's the thing. When I say reality is malleable, it doesn't mean that reality is malleable so I will malleably adapt to every situation. No, I'm not saying that either. And I'm not saying that you have to, you know, be in this reality so much that it starts to skew you. Okay? That starts to take away from what you're really passionate about, what you're good at. Okay? Let me just put this sunglass on. It's actually pretty damn hot. You guys don't realize how hot it is, but it's pretty hot. This is like heat. This is like heat wave level hot, man. I feel like Scott Storch. Not Scott Storch. What did I say? The Scorch, right? What is he called? Human Torch. Scott Storch. Scott Storch is a producer, right? What the fuck? Anyway, this is funny. But yeah, you can't make reality like, oh, I'm gonna impose my reality on others, right? Because that means you're not comfortable with whatever comes your way. You get what I mean? You have to be the rock. You have to be more like water. You have to be adaptable. You have to move. You have to know that your mind moves before the experience. There's an event that's about to happen, your mind will move faster than that experience. It will already predict what is going to happen. So you've done it so many times that now it's like someone dodging a punch, right? How they can move back at the right second before they hit them, right? Like that UFC fighter, Lauzilla. I don't know if you've ever seen him fight, but he has this technique where he understands where to dodge exactly. And he uses predictable distance, uses kicks to kind of maintain that space away from their opponent. And they can adapt because they have such a freedom and a lucidity in their movements. What is a lucid dream? It's when you have control of the dream. What is a lucid life? It's when you have control over your life. Simple as that. Okay? Don't confuse this thing. I'm going to articulate it to you in the easiest way that you can understand. Make this life simpler and start doing these things today. Start changing your mindset around these things. And slowly it will start to show you what is really possible. So I'm seeing right now, maybe I'm just going to make these videos 33 minutes long. You know what I mean? I hope that this does not get copyright stricken. But why am I not invited to this, bro? Anyway, I hope you guys are having an incredible day wherever it is that you're tuning in from. I hope you're crushing it today. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you. And stay legendary. Actually, I'm going to speak a little bit more just because I wanted to end exactly on 33:33, and maybe that's a little bit OCD of me to do that, but I think it's important. You know why? Because I do remember me saying that 33 was the sign of the heavens. So we're creating heaven on earth here in the Flow Zone Academy, in Primal Sutra. We're gods in training. We're gods on this earth. And we're here to truly live, man. We're not here to mess around in the simulation. We're here to take it over. That's right. I hope this inspired you today. Hope you get up, start stretching, start yawning. Letting releases out. Let's go. Upward spiral gang. May we never be the same again. Actually, you know what? It's 32. So I got to still keep going. See, this is how I push myself. I'm like about to press the stop button, but it's just rolling. It's just rolling. So we're here to make a change, man. And you can truly embody that change by first of all acknowledging that you can change yourself. You can be somebody different tomorrow. You don't need to latch onto the same characteristics, okay? If you were a loser for 11 years of your life, you can wake up tomorrow and be a winner. Why? Because it's a decision. That's all it is. It's a choice. And abundant people have a luxury of it. And so what? I'm gonna speak like I have abundance, and I do. I'm gonna live like I have abundance because I do. I'm gonna feel like I have abundance because I do. I'm gonna dress like I have abundance because I do. You get what I'm saying? Why would I live otherwise? Why would I live a muted reflection of myself? Oh, you see, now we've crossed 33 because I got lost in the zone. And that's what happens when you're in the zone, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you're in the zone. You just lose track of time because it's so beautiful. But this is what we're doing here. We are the Upward Spiral Gang. We are the most inspirational collective on planet Earth. Let's get it today. May we never be the same again. May nobody ever stop us because we are not replicable. You can't copy this because this is purely our expression. This is us. Give me a like, give me a share this with a friend, wake them up out of their fucking dull ass trance, and let's go. May we never be the same again. Us, let's go.